I'm Marva Nichols, Miss GSU 9192, and I have Coach Hugh Jackson, the leader of the G Men football team, on the Hugh Dat podcast on MTMV Sports Podcast Network. So it's the coach and the queen on the scene and ready, always ready to chop it up about GSU football. Hello, Coach Jackson.
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I know you're coming off of the field straight to the microphone. And I just want to say, hey, that shows your dedication and commitment to getting information out to the fans and keeping us updated about what's going on with GSU football. So tell us how Hugh and the G-Men crew are doing.
You know what, Marva? We are alive and kicking. Last week, we did not feel that we put our best foot forward, and we all take responsibility for that, starting with me. I hold our coaches accountable, our players accountable. We understand that we did not play anywhere close to what we want to play. So the only way you can change that is by getting back in the lab and going to work. And that's what we did very quickly. On that Sunday, we had a tremendous meeting. They had the day off on Monday. We got back at it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday today, and we're looking forward to putting some exclamation points on these practices this week tomorrow.
Awesome. So tell me, you said that you all went back into the lab meaning watching film. I heard you say that, but how do you actually deal with the psychodynamics of your team losing to that great magnitude?
I think it's really important that you be very transparent with your team and you show them the things and the reasons why you lose. And like I said, I have to first look at me and make sure that I'm creating the right environment for these young men to be all they can be. And then you have to make sure that they understand what it takes to win at the level that we want to win at. There's a price that you have to pay. There was a lot of surprises in that first game for me. I think our players, to a man, to say we did things very uncharacteristics of who we had been, regardless of what the reasons were and for. It was a great learning experience for our staff, for our players. First time we were together, first time we were on the road, first time we were in a game together. And I think we learned a lot about ourselves. And I really was pleased with the resolve of the young men this week, understanding that, hey, looky here, in order for us to be different, we have to do different. And so they set out to do that.
That sounds awesome. And let me tell you, I could see the camaraderie via the pictures and some of the video of you all preparing for the game, you all walking down into the stadium there at Arkansas State. And the young men seem to be very excited. But like you said, the accountability starts with you. And so that says a lot about who you are as a coach. And I just want to commend you for conveying that to our audience because, Grambling, we're spoiled. We're used to winning. A lot of people were questioning, what is going on. I think, though, that, can you give the fans a realistic expectation of an all-new team, all new staff at this juncture in your era as the head coach?
Yes, I can. I'm not going to run from what we're here to do, which is win, and we want to get to winning as fast as we can. And we get an opportunity to play another university this week, and we need to get to winning. But in order to do that, there's a lot of things we have to do better. We can't have the penalties that we have. We have to get off to a faster start. We have to make the plays that are there for us to be made. And I think that's what it's really about. Nobody saw that coming. I didn't, the players didn't, the coaches didn't. To a man, those things do happen. And to me, you have to understand them and understand what it takes to fix them. I think that's why I'm here. Nobody likes to lose at that magnitude, as you mentioned. the players, the coaches, nobody. We're all very competitive, and that's not what we want to do. But at the same time, it does happen when you walk out for a first time and not sure about who they are, who you are, all those things come into play. But I think that was a lot of soul searching. I think a lot of transparency from our players to coaches, from coaches to players. And I think there's a better understanding of what we're really trying to accomplish here at a high level, you know. So, like I told them, and I'll say it to everybody, we can create whatever we want, right? But at the same time, there's a work ethic that it takes to get there. And not that our players haven't been working, they've been working extremely hard to get there. But at the same time, we've been playing Grambling. Now we're playing other people. And
Yeah.
so you got to be at your best on game day at game time, coaches, players, all of us. And so I think we all, like I said, we take responsibility for it. Nobody's happy about it. But the only way you fix it is get to playing better.
Absolutely. And we know that adversity builds character and
Hmm.
it strengthens your mind as well. And so we're hoping that I believe in you. I believe in the G men, and I'm looking forward to a better game this Saturday. Now, coach,
Absolutely.
game day finally arrived, and the Hugh Jackson, Hugh that era was started at GSU. Tell us what you told the team and your staff before you took the field?
That we wanted to go out and play Grambling State University football. And that was disappointing that we didn't. Not the way I think we can, not the way we believe we can. It's just sometimes football is a fragile game, right? Things start going not your way and it just can snowball, and you have to have a lot of resolve, a lot of tough character and strength in order to pull it back. When it starts going like that, you got to pull it back. Like I told them, don't worry about the scoreboard. I had it. Well, I didn't have it like that. That's for sure. And I think we all get that. But at the same time, like I said, I learned a lot about my team. I learned a lot about my staff and all those things I still love today. I don't run from that. I have to channel some things differently. I have to point us in different directions at times. But at the same time, I'm excited about where we're headed. We're not there yet. We understand that, but we're going to keep pushing to get there. And I truly believe that there is a really good football team in that building. And I think we'll start to show that this week.
Yeah, you had a lot of talent on the field, throughout the recruiting season and even camp. We saw a lot of film and videos that were featured on our social media pages. And so, like you said, we were playing each other, so it's a different ball game now.
Hmm.
But you mentioned you want to play Grambling football. Can you tell our fans what Grambling football looks under your leadership?
I think what we're shooting for and what we want it to look like is a very disciplined, intelligent, ferocious, dominant football team. That's what we want. We have to get that. We're after that. I'm not going to relent until we get that. And I'm not going to relent after we get that. And so that has to come from me through the assistants to the players. And then it has to be a reflection of that. And so, like I said, I think we understand, to a whole different degree of who we are today and where we need to go. And I think the environment changed. The environment changed because we went and showed not who we want to be. And the only way you can change that is go and work hard to become who you want to be. So it's like I said, it's been a great week of practice. And we're not gonna again worry about the opponent. We're gonna worry about us, and the things that we need to do in order to put our best foot forward as we get ready to play against Northwestern State University.
Awesome. We know that fortitude is very much needed when you're in a competitive game like they were last week. And so I know that you've prepared them, or you are preparing them, and the coaches also for to have that strength of mind going into this game. But they're young. Those are some young guys, and I think they were in the trenches that they've never been in before. And so I think that was clearly some of the issues we were having, just looking as an onlooker and a fan. But Coach, I wanted to ask you, how did it feel, you being on the sideline again as the head coach?
Mara, it was spectacular
Hmm.
to be the leader, but no leader likes to leave work undone, and so I felt like work was undone to a ultimate degree. We didn't play well, and like I said, I don't run from that. I mean, that's not. I mean, to me, the total part of this is being transparent about who you are and what you are,
Hmm.
and we didn't hold up our end of the bargain. As a football team, nobody wants to walk around after getting beat like that. So like I said, we own it. Whether you get beat by one, whether you get beat by 51, it really doesn't matter. You lost. And so we have to evaluate what that is, what that was, understand it better, and move on. But my experience as a head coach at Grambling State University, I was excited about. What I want is what the fans want, what you want, what our players want. They want to win. So at the same time, I want to walk away from a game victorious and go sing the fight song with a big old smile on my face. And
That
so
number one, right?
that number one.
That
So,
number one.
you know,
I want to win, Coach.
oh,
I
absolutely.
love winning. I love Grambling football, my favorite team in the whole world. And so it would do nothing. It would just be a heart. My heart would just be pounding with excitement and glee, especially Bayou Classic, because that is my actual birthday. So remember that,
Oh,
Coach.
wow. I will.
November the 26th
Oh,
is
yeah.
my birthday. And so I'm looking forward to you guys going on that field and actually, like you're saying, playing Grambling football, making the corrections. And I know we're all standing by our G men, and the coaching staff, wishing you all the best. Now, let me ask you this: you said we did a lot of things wrong, but did we do anything right? What did we
You
do
know,
well on last Saturday?
to me, what I think we did right is that we never quit. And I think that's the mark of a team that's going to become a team. It burned them. What I mean by that, they were really disappointed in the outcome. When you have a team that's laughing and still kind of giggly about it, and it's the first game, and oh, it's okay, it'll be all right. That wasn't the tone, you know. And to me, that's the first sign of recognizing that players really start to understand on a different level of what it's really going to take. And people will say, well, why don't they understand that yet? Well, it's what you said. We have a very young team. But at the same time, we do have some veterans in some key positions who have to lead. They have to help lead, help mentor some of these guys to understand the level of football you're playing. And so it's imperative that we continue to foster the relationships, within our own football team, the leadership within our own football team, and then pass it down and pass it back so that these young men understand that when the lights come on, that's when you got to come on. You know, you can talk about it like I'm the leader of it all, but the locker room is still the locker room. The locker room makes a lot of decisions, within themselves. And so those leaders who I mentioned, I won't say by name, but they've done a great job of having people understand really what this is all about. This is Grambling. There is a different expectation, you know, and we have to live up to that. And that's why you're here. You know, we've made that decision and choice. And you got to understand the choice that you made when you said you're going to come, whether work at Grambling or play at Grambling. It means you're chasing greatness. And so I think we all get that.
Yes, we are known for our winning tradition. And as Coach Eddie Robinson used to say, hell, we are Grambling. And so that's just the expectation. And,
Mhm.
those young men, we do expect for them to step up to the call and to do what they need to do to win and bring us another championship, because that's what we're used to. And I want to encourage all the G men, if you're watching this podcast at this time, we are behind you. We want you to continue to work hard and continue to listen and learn from your coaches, and we are 100% ready to see you flourish and take our university back to where it belongs, at the top, at the top. And so, even with saying that, you are the leader and they feed off of your energy.
Yes.
Uh, tell us, Coach, how do you use the time between games to get them ready mentally?
To me, you really have to, like I said, it's all about creating a vision and understanding, really getting them, one, to understand the opponent at a high level. And then number two, making sure that from a mental, emotional, physical standpoint, that we're ready to play. And I went back and looked at things that I did last week. There are some things I changed up because I thought it was important. You can't keep on doing what you do. You might get something that you don't want. So we made some adjustments here and there, and we'll see if they reap the benefits and rewards. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Arkansas State. That was a better team than what they were a year ago. But I think to a man, to a coach, were they that much better? Um, that's a different discussion for a different time. But I really believe that we didn't execute at a high level the plan that we had laid before us. And so then you have to go back and see all those things too, right? And so we've done that. And I think the players get it. I think the coaches get it. We now know them better. They know us better. They know what the expectation is. And now they got to, meet that expectation. And we have to exceed it on our side too, as well as coaches. And I think we will.
Now, you mentioned expectations. So this week, what are your expectations from the team going into the game against Northwestern State?
Improvement and winning. I'm not kidding. I want to be singing that fight song, victorious, with holding that finger up. There's no
Yeah.
question in my mind. I'm not, Marvin. I'm not going to run from what the ultimate is. Is winning. It's nothing. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. Losing is hard for everybody. Everybody involved. People who love the program, people who are in the program, players, coaches, everybody. Nobody works like we work for losing. We didn't take that bus ride for losing. So we have to understand what you really have to give to win. And sometimes you need that wake up call. Sometimes you need to get punched to find out
Wake
exactly
up.
what it's going to be. Absolutely. Now I think sometimes you get to looking at your press clippings a little bit and think maybe we've arrived. We haven't yet. We got work to do. We got a long season ahead of us. A lot of games to be played. That was one game, but we can't go have that kind of showing because that's not who we want it to be.
Yes, Coach. And I want to say thank you for just being transparent. Thank
Mhm.
you for being open tonight. Thank you for owning and being accountable as the leader of Grambling State University's football team. And again, we are looking forward to a better weekend this weekend. And so you all know that we are playing Northwestern State in Shreveport, Louisiana on Saturday. If you're in the area, please go by or get your ticket right now. Get a caravan of people. We need some fans down there. I'm all the way in Chicago, but I'm going to be watching. Okay, we even have our various alumni groups in Chicago. When I can't make the games on the scene, I will be watching at watch parties with other fellow HBCU alumni groups here in Chicago. So everybody need to go on and get their tickets for the Shreveport game. The G-men need you in the stands. All right, Coach, we're going to wrap it up now. Remember, last week I told you that every week you're going to tell us what your pre-game meal is. And all Graham fam, onlookers, and fans, we're going to prepare our meal so we can eat. This is going to be our tradition. This is going to be our little good luck thing, right? Tell us what we're eating right before the game.
This game, I got to change up, Marvin, because
Okay.
last week's meal didn't reap the benefits.
All
So
right. All
we,
right. All
we, 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 we're going to change this a little bit. We
Change it
got,
up.
I think it's time for a really good salad. Just a really good, healthy green salad that
Okay.
maybe had a little chicken, a little a little protein to it, but that's all I think that's needed this week. Because I'm hungry for victory. I want to
Yes.
be just a little hungry this week. I don't want to be full of nothing. I want to be hungry. And then
Yeah.
after the game, we can talk about the after game meal after the game.
All right. Well, when we come back next week, you got to tell me what the throwdown was after the game. I have 9 uncles, and they all can cook, and they call it a throwdown. So I want to know what that throwdown is next week. So you heard it. It's just a green salad with grilled chicken. And he says he's hungry. We don't
Yes.
want, they don't want to get full
No.
this weekend before the game. They want to just have just enough to keep them hungry for the win. I like that, Coach Hugh Jackson.
Hmm.
Well, that's it for the Hugh Dat podcast this week. And remember, it's all good, it's all God, and it's all Grambling. Thank you for tuning in.